Paramahamsa Parivrajagaracharya Ashtotrasya Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Jai Om Vishnu Paramahamsa Parivrajagaracharya Ashtotrasya Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Ananda Gaudi Vaishnava Vrinda Ki
Jai.
Namacharya Das Thakur Ki
Jai.
जय
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री द्वैत दादरा शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की
Jai.
गोप प्रेमानंद
Vibhor.
all goddess assembled devotees, all goddess assembled devotees, all goddess assembled devotees, Guru. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tado jayamudire nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhakti bhavati naishti krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha nanda gopakumaraya govindaya namo namah Nama Pangajanaಭಾಯ Nama Pangajamaline Nama Pangajanetraya Namaste Pangajangre Mukam Karodi Vachalam Pangam Langayade Girim Yakravatamaham Mande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram Paramananda Madhavam. Hare Krishna. Welcome back to Bhagavad Gita as a study class. Today, reading from chapter 14, the three modes of material nature, and today's verses 9 to 13, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So, verse 9 will read Sattvam Suge Sanjayadi Raja Karmani Bharata Jnanam Avritya Tuttamaha Pramade Samjetyuda. Sattvam Sukhe Sanjayadi Raja Karmani Bharata Jnanamavritya Tuttamaha Pramade Sanjayatyuda. Sattvam Sukhe Sanjayadi Raja Karmani Bharata Jnanamavritya Tuttamaha Pramade Sanjayatyuda. Yes, Katyani Mataji.
Tattam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tattam Suge Sanjayati Yajaha Karmani Bharata Jnanama Vrutuptu Tamaha Pramade Sanjayatyuda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna Bo Jai. Vaikari Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna.
सत्यम सुगे संजयदि रज कर्मणि भारत ज्ञानमावृत्य तु तम प्रमादे संजयत्युदा हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Parvati. Parvati, you are mute.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
Hare Krishna.
सत्यम सुगे संजयदि रज सत्यम सुगे
Rajakarmani Bharata.
सत्वं सुगे संजयदि रजः कर्मणि भारत ज्ञानमावृत्य तु तमः प्रमादे संजयत्युदा.
Hare Krishna. Your sister is there?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Can she read? Okay, hi. Hare Krishna will start. Sattvam
Satam
Sukhe
Suge
Sanjayati
Sanjayati
Rajaha
Rajaka
Karmani
Karmani
Bharata
Bharata
Jnanam
Jnanam
Avritya Tu tamaha pramade sanjayati uda. Hari bol. Jai. Hare Krishna. Okay, Snigdha Maji. You're not there. I think you're mute. Right, Parvati, you have the English book. You can read the meanings and translation. Parvati. Hare Krishna, Parvati.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
You can read the meanings and translation.
Sattvam, the mode of goodness. Suge, in happiness. Sanjayadi, binds. Rajaha, the mode of passion. Karmani, in fruitive activity. Bharata, O son of Bharata. Jnanam, knowledge. Avirtya, covering. Tu, but. Tama, the mode of ignorance. Pramade, in madness. Sanjayadi, binds. Uda, it is said. Translation: O son of Bharata, the mode of goodness conditions one to happiness, passion conditions one to fruitive action, and ignorance, covering one's knowledge, binds one to madness. Hare Krishna,
Okay.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Right. Text 10. Rajastamascha bhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. Raja sattvam tamaschaiva tamasattvam rajastada. Rajastamascha bhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. Rajasattvam tamaschaiva tamasattvam rajastada. Rajatamascha bhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. Raja sattvam tamaschaiva tamasattvam rajasthatha. Sorry. Okay, right. Satyavati.
रजस्तमश्चाभिभूया सत्त्वं भवति भारत रजः सत्त्वं तमश्चैव तमः सत्त्वं रजस्तदा हरे कृष्णा प्रभु
Hare Krishna. Right. Vaikari.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Rajas tamasya bhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. Rajas sattvam tamasya tamasattvam rajastada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Snigdha Maji. Hare Krishna. Parvati.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Rajastamaschibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. Rajahas sattvam tamaschaiva tamahas sattvam rajastada.
Hare Krishna. Okay, your sister. I forgot her name. What's her name?
Parvana.
Parvana. Yes, Parvana. Parvana, get ready.
Hare
Rajas. Repeat. Rajas.
Rajas.
Tamas. Cha. Abhibhuya. Sattvam. Bhavati. Bharata. Raja. Sattvam. Tama. Cha. Eva. Tama. Sattvam. Rajas. Tatha. Right. Right. Katyani Maji, have you read? Katyani Maji? Vacho. Vacho nyo. Vacho. Okay. Parvati, you can read the translation, meanings and translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Jai Shri.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Read
Rajaha, the mode of passion. Tama, the mode of ignorance. Sa also, Abhibhuya, surpassing. Sattvam, the mode of goodness. Bhavadi, becoming prominent. Bharata, O son of Bharata. Rajaha, the mode of passion. Sattvam, the mode of goodness. Tama, the mode of ignorance. Sa also, Iva, like that. Tama, the mode of ignorance. Sattvam, the mode of goodness. Raja, the mode of passion. Tada, thus. Translation. Sometimes the mood of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the moods of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharata, sometimes the mood of passion defeats goodness and ignorance. At other times, ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Verse number 11. सर्वद्वारेषु देहेऽस्मिन् प्रकाश उपजायते ज्ञानं यदा तदा विद्यां विवृद्धं सत्त्वमुच्युता सर्वद्वारेषु देहेऽस्मिन् प्रकाश उपजायते ज्ञानं यदा तदा विद्यां विवृद्धं सत्त्वमुच्युता सर्वद्वारेषु देहेऽस्मिन् प्रकाश उपजायते ज्ञानं यदा तदा विद्या विवृद्धं सत्यमित्युदा सत्यनिमाजी
वासुदेवाय सर्वद्वारेषु देहेऽस्मिन् प्रकाश उपजायते ज्ञानं यदा तदा विद्या विवृद्धं सत्त्वमित्युदा हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण हरे बोल वैखरी हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
सर्वद्वारेषु देहे अस्मिन् प्रकाश उपजायते ज्ञानं यदा तदा विद्या विवृद्धं सत्त्वमित्युदा. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Parvati. Parvati.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. सर्वद्वारेषु देहेऽस्मिन् प्रकाश उपजायते ज्ञानं यदा तदा विद्यात् विवृद्धं सत्त्वमित्युदे.
मित्युदा सत्त्वमित्युदा
सत्त्वमित्युदा. हरे
Right.
कृष्ण प्रभु.
Hare Krishna. Parvana.
हरे कृष्ण. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna.
Right.
Right. Sarva Dwareshu Dehe Asmin Pragasha Upajayade Jnanam Yada Tada Vidyat Vivridham Sattvam Ityuda. Very good. Right. Parvati can read the word by word translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sarvadwareshu, in all the gates. Dehesmin, in this body. Pragasha, the quality of illumination. Ubajayade, develops. Jnanam, knowledge. Yada, when. Tada, at the time. Vidya, no. Vivridam, increased. Sattvam, the mood of goodness. Idiuda, thus it is. It is said. Translation: the manifestation of the mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of body are illuminated by knowledge. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Verse 12. Lobha pravartirarambha karmana shama smriha rajasyedani jayande vivrude bharadashava. Lobha pravartirarambha karmanam ashama smriha rajasyedani jayande vivrude bharadashava. Lobha pravartirarambha karmana shama smriha rajasyedani jayande Vivrude Bharadashava. Okay. Katini Maji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Ibo. Vaikari.
Hare Krishna. Lobha pravritir arambha karmana hamsana spruha rajasya tani jayande vivrude bharadashava. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. Parvati.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Lobha pravritir arambha karmanamasha spruha rajasyodani jayande vivrude bharadashava. Hare Krishna.
Right. Yes, Parvana. Lobha. 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 Pravarti. Arambha. Karmanam. Ashama. Spridha. Rajasi. Etani. Jayande. Vivrude. Bharadashava. Okay, Parvati.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Lobha, greed, pravritti, activity, arambha, endeavor, karmana, in activities, asma, controllable, spriha, desire, rajasi, of the mode of passion, edani, all these, jayande, develop, vivrude, when there is an excess, Bharadashava, O chief of descendants of Bharata.
Right, translation.
Translation: O chief of Bharatas, when there is an increase in the mode of passion and symptoms of great attachment, fruitive activity, intense endeavor, and uncontrollable desire and hankering develop. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Verse 13. Apragasho apravartischa pramado moha evacha tamasyetani jayande vivrude kurunandana. Apragasho pravartischa pramado moha evacha tamasyetani jayande vivrude kurunandana. Yes, Kapyani Maji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Aprakasho pravartischa pramado moha evacha tamasyetani jayante vivruddhe kunandana. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Jai. Right, Vaikari Maji.
Hare Krishna. Apragasho pravartischa pramado moha evacha tamasyetani jayande vivrude kurunandana. Hare Krishna.
Right. Parvati.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Apragasho pravrittischa pramado moha evacha tamasyodani jayante vivritte kurunandana.
Okay, right. Parvana. Apragasho apravartischa. Apragasho apravartischa.
Pravartischa.
Pramado moha evacha tamasyedani tamasi edani jayante vivrude kurunandana. Okay, right. Yes, Parvati.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes. Read the words.
Apragasha, darkness. Apravritti, inactivity. Sa, and Pramadaha, madness. Moha, illusion. Eva, certainly. Sa, also. Tamasi, the mode of ignorance. Edani, these. Jayande are manifested. Vivrde, when developed. Kurunandana, O son of Kuru.
Okay,
Translation.
right. Yes.
When there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, O son of Kuru, darkness, inertia, madness, and illusion are manifest. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadadi Swapadandigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udavadagamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sam Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Saganaragunadhanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadudam Parijanasaidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saganalada Shri Vishadan Vidamsa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagalpade Govesha Gopiga Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhescha Kripā Sindhuvyeva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shadvaita Dadara Shiva Sadi Gauravakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Satam Suge Sanjayati, Rajakarmani Bharata, Jnanam Avartyatu Tamaha Pramade Sanjayatyuda. The mode of goodness conditions one to happiness, passion conditions him to fruitive activities or fruits of action, and ignorance to madness. So, Krishna, in detail, is explaining to Arjuna the different modes of material nature. The different modes of material nature. Modes can be types. In Sanskrit, it's called guna. Another meaning of guna is rope. Rope by which you tie up somebody or tie up something. So, gunas are such that they tie you to this material world eternally if possible, unless you have to cut off these ropes and get out of this material world. The ropes will always bind you. And these ropes, gunas, are classified into three, which Krishna has explained in verses 6, 7, and 8. Satoguna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. So this whole chapter is about gunas only, which is the Prakriti is manifested through guna only. So Satoguna is supposed to be the best of these gunas. Comparatively, it is better than other two gunas. Satoguna, as has been explained, is pure, comparatively pure to the other modes like mode of passion and mode of ignorance. And because it is cleaner and purer, it endows wisdom and a feeling of goodness to a person who possesses Satoguna. Jnanam and Sukham, pleasure. It gives a pleasure, a feeling of well-being, a feeling of tranquility, calmness, feeling of compassion. All these things which in general terms in society will call it as good qualities. So when person who is possessing these good qualities, the material good qualities, we have to repeat its material good qualities, such a person is called Satvika. You always say, oh, that person is very Satvik. That means he is possessing these kind of qualities. So Brahmana generally are possessing these good qualities of Satoguna. They are knowledgeable. They are, you can say in verse 43 of 18th chapter, you can find the qualities of Brahmana. Shamo damattava shaucham chandirarjam evacha. Shama means peacefulness. Dama means self-control. Taba means austerity. Shaucham means purity. Shanti means tolerance. Arjavam, honesty. Jnanam, wisdom. Vijnanam, knowledge. Astikyam, religiousness. So these are all good qualities which one can desire to possess or which can cultivate this knowledge also, these qualities also. Now in book of instruction, or you can say nectar of instruction of Rupa Goswami, three qualities of bhakti is given. Ulsaha, Nishchaya, Dhairya. Ulsaha means enthusiasm. Nishchaya means conviction or determination. And Dhairya means patience. In the purpose, Srila Prabhupada says, nobody, very few people having original quality of original bhakti or devotion. Devotion is something that is cultivated. Devotion is cultivated. We have to cultivate this devotion. It is like a seed, or I can say it's a small tender shoot. Lata is called Lata, Bhakti Lata. It's a tender shoot, which you plant on earth and water it nicely, protect it from other attacks, and putting water and other things so that it grows nicely. That means we are cultivating this plant. Just like we are cultivating a plant, we have to cultivate bhakti also. So in bhakti, you find these three qualities: ulsaha, nishchaya, dhairya, enthusiasm, determination, and patience. If somebody is not having this, then we have to ensure that we have to cultivate that. When we know that we are not having these qualities, and we try to cultivate this. Like in Rajoguna, you will find that there is a lobha and then raga. So the two qualities are raga and trishna. Raga is something that you possess, and trishna is something you don't possess, but you aspire to possess that. So materialistic people are always after, especially people in the mode of passion, they are always after things or objects which they are not possessing. And once they possess it, they have developed an intense attachment for it. Same way, the devotees also can aspire to cultivate or possess or acquire these qualities, which are the pillars of bhakti, if you are not having that. So Sattva basically having good material modes, and the Rajas we have seen that is Raga and Trishna. Raga means attachment to something you have, and Trishna means craving or hankering for something you don't have. And when something you don't have, then you have to work for that. So that's why Raja, people in the mode of passion, is always passionate, always working like a, it's like well, you call it in normal terms of workaholic. They say workaholic, that person is always working 24 hours a day. We call it as a good call. But that is not a good call. In material life, you have to work only a limited number of hours so that we can just maintain our body and soul together. Not try to acquire so many things, so many material possessions, make very simple living so that you don't aspire for so many things. But people in the mode of passion, because they are ignorant of the scriptures, ignorance of devotion and everything, they feel that their happiness is directly proportionate to the number of possession, the amount of possession they have. The more they have, the more they have. That is, they are thinking, and they work hard for that. Ultimately, we know that they suffer in the end. Death comes and destroys everything, takes away everything they have. The people in mode of passion, they do not know that one day they have to die. Everyone has to die. And person in mode of passion also has to die. And when he dies, everything will be forcibly taken away from him. No, the mode of tama, which is the worst of all these three qualities, is totally opposed to jnana, knowledge, and totally opposed to karma, action. Because they are basically always in illusion. Illusion means they do not know what is real knowledge because they're always in darkness. Ajnanam. Because they are in jnanam, they are in illusion. Because they don't have the correct knowledge, they are always in illusion, always mistaking wrong things for right things. And because they are in illusion, they are prone to madness, they are prone to laziness, and always want to sleep so much time, sleep all the time if possible. So these are basically the three quality and this nature modes of nature. And Krishna in verse 9 just sums it up: Sattvam Suge Jayari. The basic nature of Sattva Guna is happiness. Raja means action, and Jnana means pramada. Jnana, because it is covering knowledge, it is madness. Then Krishna talks about another aspect of gunas, which means there is always a competition between these three gunas to dominate this living entity. Snigdhamaji, you are back? Are you back? Hare Krishna. Snigdhamaji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
What happened? You are not present when we are reading the slokas.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Then
Actually,
what happened? I called you several times, but you are not responding.
no, I have already connected, but one phone call has come, and by which it was disconnected time to time.
Oh, right. It's okay. So, you may wonder why there is a competition between modes. One may assume that everything is equal. The mode of passion, mode of goodness, and mode of ignorance, both are everything is equal. Then why this competition and how these competitions come? So answer is Baldev Vidyavan says that whatever actions you do in the previous lives, there is an imprint of these actions in your andakarana, in inner self. Like that, when you are doing so many actions based on these gunas, either in satoguna, rajoguna, tamoguna, all these are stored in the andakarana and in the form of imprints. So when you are doing, what happens is that, suppose imprints based on satoguna is acting, and then it dominates other two modes and becomes prominent. Sattva becomes prominent because it will suppress other two gunas, Rajoguna and Tamoguna, and become prominent. But when the impression is exhausted, that means the balance of whatever actions you have done, previous left imprints, get exhausted, reduced, then the imprints of Rajoguna or Tamoguna will take over. And whatever mode is in prominence, and they will overtake or suppress other two modes. Once that is exhausted, the third mode, other mode will come up. So there is always competition between these three modes that you can experience practically in your life. Sometimes we feel very sattvic, we feel very compassionate to others, we feel we are very happy, satisfied, comfortable and all that. Sometimes we feel very anxious, we feel that we are not doing properly things, we feel that we are lazy and not doing things, and so many other people are doing so much action and they are acquiring so many things. I am sitting idle and all that. Such kind of thoughts will come. So that means Rajo will take over. And then Tamogun will come sometimes. Indolence, laziness. Oh, what is the point of all this? Is I'm tired of working. I'm tired of going after knowledge and all that. I just want to relax. I want to just give up everything, leave everything, sit in some corner. Like that feelings you have in your life also, in different phases. Even during the day also, these things happen. And over a period, you will find this. You are either in the influence of one mode or other. So these modes are trying to influence the soul, dominate the soul, so that the soul is acting on the basis of this particular mode. So depending on the work that you have done, action you have done in a previous life, suppose you have done more of sattvic action, then the sattva will dominate. Likewise, other modes also, rajoguna, tamo. Now the question comes, how we can identify, or how we can know that such and such one person is in such a gunas. How I can understand that? So in how to identify, how could we understand that one is situated in a particular mode? How a person can make out, how one can make out. So that is given in verse number 11. Sarva dwareshu dehesmin pragasha upajayade jnanam yada tada vidya vivridham sattvam. The manifestation or mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of body are illuminated by knowledge. So all the gates of knowledge means all the gates of body means basically the jnanendriyas, like ears and all that, ears, eyes, nose and all that. When they are tuned to absorb things which are given in scriptures, it is not that the Satoguna persons are hearing only one type of sound. No, it's not that. They are hearing so many sounds, so many forms, everything, reading so many things. But when person Satoguna, when he's attuned to seeing the forms, seeing the sounds and everything, which is basically described in scriptures, then the senses of knowledge will be eliminated. The knowledge will develop, which you call elimination. You have seen that Buddha and all that, they got illuminated, against enlightened. What is enlightenment? When the gates of knowledge, when the gates of knowledge gathering senses, they become illuminated by the knowledge that is received from the scriptures, then we can say that such a person is situated in the mode of forgiveness. From his way he talks, how he acts, and how he thinks, how he expresses himself, from that you can understand a sattvic person is always speaking in alignment with the what is given stated in scriptures, and is always not at all agitated. He is always very calm. And his activities, that then the working senses are always restricted or attuned to doing actions that is given in scriptures. So knowledge and pleasure is basically related to the scriptures only. Or you can say, to some extent, some material goodness. Like there are scriptures other than spiritual scriptures, there are books which are written in the modes of passion, mode of goodness, and mode of ignorance. Novels, literatures, everything are there. Some are in mode of goodness, some are in mode of passion, some are in mode of or visuals also. You can see cinemas. They're also divided. You can see that some are in mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So the choice of the option exercised by a person, from that we can understand in which mode he's placed. When he's always looking for a knowledge gathering things which gives him pleasure, some of comfort and happiness, then we can understand that person is in sattvic mode. Then what about the mode of passion? Lobha pravrtirarambha karmanam ashamaspritha rajasedani jayante vivrude bharadashava. Or chief of Bhardas, when there is an increase in the mode of passion, the symptoms of great attachment, uncontrollable desire, hankering, intense endeavor, etc., develops. Lobha, Shankaracharya says, Lobha means when you covet something which is possessed by somebody else. You are not having this, somebody is having this kind which you are very desires. Then Lobha means the desire to possess the things which others possess. So that from that you can understand the intensity of desire. Desires also, there is different gates of intensity. Desire to go for things, possessions, others. But if it is in the hands of possession of something else, still you crave for it, then your desire becomes lobha. And then pravrti, because to acquire this, whatever you want, you have to work very hard. Intense action, intense activity. Like in cities, people work madly for hours and hours together. 14 hours, 16 hours, especially if you're in metros. You get up by 5 o'clock, get ready to go office by 7 o'clock, catch some train by 7 o'clock, reach office by 10 o'clock, work up to 6 to 7, 8, then come back by 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So all the time he's working because he wants to possess things which he is not having now. He wants to enjoy with his senses. So previously we have said that mode of passion is basically on senses, mode of goodness is mind, and mode of ignorance is basically gross body. So now you can see this and the mode of passion people are who want to enjoy with their senses, which gives them some temporary pleasure. And he works hard for that. So this mode of passion increases this also. Mode of passion increases his hankering. So these are the symptoms of a person who is in the mode of passion. And then what about people in the mode of ignorance? Apragasho, apravutischa, pramado, moha, evacha, tamassedani jayande, vivrude kurinandana. Madness, illusion, inertia, and darkness. Because he doesn't want to work at all. He is not interested in gathering knowledge. Somebody asked him, why don't come for a Bhagavad Gita satsang is going on day? Can you please join? He said, why? What's the use? I don't want to spend my time listening to all these talks. I have no interest. Okay, then somebody asked him, okay, please come along. We have some plants. Let's do some gardening. Plant some plants in the garden. Why don't you come along? No, I don't have time. I'm not interested in these activities. So although he has some capacity to work as well as to gather knowledge also, he is totally against this. His mode is that he is opposed to gathering knowledge or working. He is giving in into inertia. And sometimes what happens that when you are not working, then your senses also get prone to get tired. Overuse also makes you tired. Like in a mode of passion, you are using your senses throughout the day and you become very tired. When you are not using senses in the mode of ignorance, then a dullness will come. Mode of goodness, he knows how to use his senses in correct way. So in like in sixth chapter, you can say yukta ahara viharasya yukta chedashrata manas yukta swapna abhodasya yogi bhavati dukkha. So everything is balanced, everything is done in a reasonably correct way. Yukta. So person who is in Sattva is basically Yukta. Rajoguna means always overeating, oversleep, overeating and not sleeping at all, always active oriented. And Tamoguna I can see is sleeping all the time. Adhiswapnaseelasya. So in that verse you can see the three persons in the mode of goodness, passion, as well as ignorance. So these are the symptoms by which you can identify persons, and especially we can also identify ours also, in which mode we are situated. And of course, it is always changing also. So we can cultivate those modes, so those qualities which will always keep us in mode of sattva, mode of goodness. And from that transcend to the pure goodness. That is the aim of our scriptures. First, they raise you to level of mode of sattva, and from that sattva, you elevate to the mode of transcendental goodness, pure goodness. And for that, the best thing is always bhakti is best, ideal for this. Bhakti can take you one person directly from the mode of passion, mode of ignorance to the transcendental goodness. So bhakti, which is basically devotion service directed at the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. In the Kali Yuga, this devotion is very prominent in the chanting of the holy name. So ultimately, the basic idea of reading Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam is that you should surrender to holy name. You are surrendering to Krishna only, but Krishna in Kali Yuga, Krishna is coming the form of name only, his name. So it's basic. That's why we always ISKCON always emphasizes on chanting, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and chanting in association with devotees. Then visit the holy dhams if possible, once in a while. This always strengthens your devotion. So everyone of us should strive to elevate themselves to mode of goodness. Let's all pray to Krishna that then he elevates us to the mode of pure goodness. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So any clarification? Any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pramado means what? Pramado is exactly madness, it is given madness. But in Tamaguna, Pramado exact meaning I want to know.
Yeah, basically Tamaga means when you are so much into illusion that you don't know what you are acting. For example, Pramada can also be explained as a lack of attention. Suppose I'm having specs, I'm holding my specs, then I may be searching for specs. Sometimes it happens. I may be holding some things, then I'm searching for that. That means I'm totally inattentive. And Pramada is one of the quality, inattention is one of the quality of Pramada. And that is more prominent in the case of Tamogun. Everyone has got some illusion. Mohinam Sarvadehinam. It's Tamogun said Mohanam Sarvadehinam. Everybody is in illusion. But in case of Tamogun, the illusion is so strong that even when you're holding some object, you will go on searching for that. And then sometimes something happens which is not your liking. You get so emotional, so upset about this that you don't have any control of it. That is also madness. Like everybody, we have likes and dislikes. Everybody having this, but a person of goodness, he knows that because I'm in the I'm liking this, I'm disliking this, I'm acting and I'm feeling this particular way. He's aware of that, and so that he can control, minimize it, reasonably he can control. In mode of passion is difficult, but in mode of tamogun, it's very difficult. That's why you can see people in the mode of tamogun, they are born to criminal activities. They're not able to control themselves. That is all the why the robbery, this murder, and everything happens when you are on tamogun. People on tamogun. So that is the effect of pramada. Are you getting it?
Yes, Prabhuji. And in every moment, all the three gunas, three modes are present inside, and one is dominant or one is suppressed, the other two.
Yes.
Am I right, Prabhu?
Right,
But
right.
it is every moment it happens. But
Yeah,
how it is related to the past life karma, past imprints?
because whatever action you are done, suppose you are done more actions in the whatever action you done, there's an imprint. Okay, in whatever modes, whatever action you are done, there is a residual effect. That residual effect is called imprint. For example, when you are cooking, clarified butter and ghee, then it becomes ghee. Then you pour this ghee from that vessel when you are cooking and melting into some other vessel. But in the base, you'll find that some residue is there of ghee is there,
Yes,
isn't it?
yes,
Even if you pour everything, then still there will be something left.
yes.
So that is called the imprint or the vasana, which we call vasana. So the vasana is something that propels you to action in this present life. The past imprints propels you to action in this life.
Then what action we are doing, it may be in future life, it may be the imprint.
Yes, imprints of the previous lives. And then, of course, whatever you have learned this present life also will add on to this. So our idea is to replace these imprints. No, you cannot
Yes.
destroy this. So that is why we have the samskaras, the 16 samskaras. Basic idea of samskara is to replace these imprints by something else.
Yes.
So that is why we are saying that we do devotion service, chant Hare Krishna all the time. So naturally, all that old imprints will get replaced by this imprints of the holy name. So this is a very subtle science which we have to understand. No psychiatrist or psychologist can explain this because they don't have any idea of what is so. All the modern science, the psychiatrists and psychologists, all the so-called counselors and all that, they are just acting from the body level. What is being manifested, where they don't know the real manifestation on account of modes only, because they don't have any idea of modes. And they don't have that the modes are actually covering the soul only. That also because they are ignorant of souls. So this is always better that we study very minutely and scrupulously and with precision our scriptures, so that it can help you a lot in modifying your character, your modes. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Right, you can render person now.
Yes, Prabhuji. Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Praladadaine, Hiranyakashipurbhakshaha, Shilatanka Nakhalaye, Ito Narsinho Parito Narsinho, Yato Yami Tato Narsinho, Bahir Narsinha Hridaye Narsinha Narsingamadi Sharanam Prapade Tava Kara Kamala Bari Nakham Adbhuta Sringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubhringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisa Hare Jai Jagadis Hare, Jai Jagadis Hare, Jaya Narsingadev, 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 Jaya Narsingadev, Jaya Narohari, 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 Jaya Narohari, जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्यु नमाम्यहम् ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्यु नमाम्यहम् ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्यु नमाम्यहम् श्री नरसिंह जय जय श्री नरसिंह प्रह्लादेश जय पद्म मुख पद्म भृंग श्री नरसिंह जय जय श्री नरसिंह प्रह्लादेश जय पद्म मुख पद्म भृंग सर्व विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंह भगवान की जय
Jai. Gopreman. Vanchakripadvishta.
कृपा सिंधु भयवच पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
Nanda Gori Vaishnava ki.
जय
Bhagwan ki.
जय